everyone, it's Miss Olson, and today I'm going to show you how to paint your flower or dinosaur I should say, watercolor resist. So this is the start to mine. In order to be ready for your paintbrush, we need to have all of our pencil lines covered. So the reason for that is when we paint on top of pencil, it's going to either be erased or we won't be able to see it. So we want all those pencil lines to be covered, including your table line, your background, all your details. You can also use the white oil pastel today if you had anything white. So a lot of my flowers have some white details up here. So I'm going to find those tints, anything that's shiny like these vases. And then any shades can also be started, like darker values with the black oil pastel. So you have oil pastels on your table today. And then we're going to start painting. So with your paints, remember to swirl and wipe your brush between colors. We have a medium fluffy and a small brush for big areas and small. And then we're also remembering our color wheel set up in a circle here so we can rinse our brush between colors and mix colors if needed. All right, so I'm going to start with the biggest areas first. One of my biggest areas is this green dinosaur. So I'm going to grab my green. And now when you're painting with your green, you might notice that it's not the right type of color green. So big areas first. I'm starting my green and then I'm going to say, Miss Olson, it looks a little like it might have some brown in there. And I'll say, yeah. So grab some brown and then mix your brown in too so that you can use both types of the color that are needed. If there's yellow towards the bottom, maybe we add some yellow in there. So you might do some color mixing as you see those colors. The next thing I'm going to do is say, okay, well, I have a really light yellow at the top of my flowers. It's like a whitish color, but it has some yellow at the top. So I'm going to use a very light yellow on my brush to paint those flowers. And then I'm going to use my smaller brush to find any other colors that I see. So I see orange in here. I'm going to find those areas. It's kind of like a red, but I'm going to get some of this orange and paint these orange areas. You can always mix colors. Like if I had red, I can make it orange with yellow. And then I'm going to get a small brush and paint all my green that I see. So if I see green, I'm going to find my leaves. Don't worry about painting your background yet today. Just worry about painting your objects. If you do end up painting your background today, what we want to do is make sure that we are painting a different color than the object. So light blue would work for me, or a gray color, or purple. Anything that's not already been used is going to work for that. And then my table color is like a light brown. So I'm going to start with yellow on my table. Start with my yellow. And then I'll mix in some brown to make it a yellowish brown. Grab my yellow. So the big brush can help you paint these big spaces in. All that empty space. And I'm going to get a little bit of my brown, and I'm going to find these long table lines. Now, when you're finished painting all your objects in, I could probably do some of these rocks that I forgot in my vase at the bottom of it. Once you finish adding all your detail, we can find some of the shadows, which is the darker values. There's always going to be dark shades underneath of things, inside of the animal's mouth. Wherever things are getting darker, we want to add the darker spots. So we're going to be painting today. We're going to start with the basic colors, and then we can always paint in more detail later. Start with your big areas of color. We're going to have 2 different types of brushes. We're not yet worried about our backgrounds, so I did not yet. I'm adding my pink to the top of my flowers. I did not yet paint my background. You don't have to paint it, but we'll talk more on that next time. Have a wonderful art class painting your dinosaurs and your flowers, and I will see you next time. Have a great class.